So I think, so we have enjoyed the winter, January and February. Now let us begin once again with the Gita classes. Many of the people, though I was thinking they will be happy that there is no class, but people, they are inquiring when the class will start. So that's a good sign. They like to hear. So let us begin as usual from the Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Amrita Varshini Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadeshinim. In the beginning of the Gita, the most of the students who are attending the class for a long time, you know, it gives the description of the Gita, how it started. So, as if to Parthaya Pratibodhitam, to make Partha the Arjuna. The Partha means the son of Kunti, Pritha, so Parthaya. So, as if to make him understand the what is this, Bhagavata Swayam Narayana. Narayana, this is the Krishna. The Vishnu, and from the Vishnu avatars are coming. And there are Ashanka avatara, many, many avatars. But the famous avatar is the Krishna, Rama and Krishna. So that way it is all describing. So this from the Vishnu came Bhagavan Krishna, Narayana, and then he is describing it, giving the teaching to Arjuna and recorded by the Veda Vyasa. Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina. Why it is necessary to tell all these things? Because if we are not doing it, recording and whatever happened, the historicity of the thing will be lost. So that is the main reason. Advaita Amritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim. See how in one line the whole description is given. 18 chapter, Ashtadasha. Ashta means 8, Dasha means 10, so 18 chapters. In 18th Adhyaya, Adhyaya means the chapters, it has been described. What it has described? Advaita. That is the culture of India. That is the religion of India. That is the life stream of India, Advaita. So most of us, we do not know the Advaita is the basic of all that we are having as our culture, as our religion. What does it mean by Advaita? Oneness. What is the one? The supreme being, which is consciousness, out of which everything has come, on which everything is sustaining, and in which it will all go back. So this is called only one. And from there, so many manifestations, going back into that one. So on the basis of that, our society has developed. Now the conflict that has come, that is a mistake. They're completely unwanted. But if we look at this history, conflicts are always there. What is the reason? Ajnana, ignorance. And that is why the same consciousness which has taken the form of Vishnu and then again and again coming as an avatara to teach this Advaita. And here is a very peculiar in the Bhagavad Gita we find when the two groups of people, they are ready to kill each other, then the God is telling like that. Why? Because when you speak these things at the time of death, when the death comes, all other emotion, all other things are stopped. The people are concentrated. I have to survive. And from Sunday onwards, now the new lecture series we are going to start as the Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam also, it has been said by a monk, Shuka, who was not having the body consciousness, is telling to someone, Parikshita, the king, who was supposed to die within few days. So this is very special. When I am having many other things before me, I don't care about God. I don't like to listen all these things. And I am very much happy to temporary things. Then I get the blows. Then I bleed. Then I suffer. And slowly again I come back to the same one. Who can save me? So this here it says, Advaita, Amrita Varshinim. Amrita means that nectar which gives us the peace, eternal peace, happiness, joy. Then we are addressing the same scripture teaching as Amba. Amba Tvam Anusanda Dhami. I meditate on you. Why the Anusanda? I follow you, I meditate you. Why? Because otherwise, if I am not meditating, just listening, then forgetting. Millions and millions of things, sounds we hear, listen, all the time. And then we forget. We don't take it seriously. But in a meditative mood, in a concentrated mood, if we listen, Anusandadami, what is that Amba? What is that Mother? Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, the Gita, that is Bhavadeshinim. How it is helping us? It is helping us by the knowledge which will give us the real meaning of this world. We are all attached to this world. I was just reading one small passage where one young boy, he used to bring food to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. But Sri Ramakrishna never touched that food, never accepted that food. Then someone asked, Swamiji is a young man, he wants to feed you, he brings the food to you, why you don't touch it? You see, he's a very good boy. In this life, he won't be able to realize God, but in his next life he is going to have that. He doesn't know, he doesn't understand. Rather, by mistake, he is trying to give those food with a prayer that he gets a lot of money, attachment to this world. That's why I am not helping him. Then after long persuasion that boy is suffering, please take, he took a little food, and by that he said, I am giving him an idea what would happen in his next life. So this is just like the movie, you know. We do not understand what is going to happen in our life. So that is the reason these great souls, they come, and the God himself, in the form of different avatars, here it is avatara, the Krishna, he is teaching us in the Bhagavad Gita. And that is why before reading, we offer our pranam to the Krishna. Who is Krishna? He has taken human form. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Charnuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Gurum. He has accepted one great king, a righteous person. He is Vasudeva. And that's why Vasudeva Suta. Suta means the son. Vasudeva Sutam Devam. Now, what is the purpose? To punish those who are unrighteous. But punishment means who are unrighteous? Our thoughts, our bad thoughts. So that's why Kamsa and Charnu, they are not outside, they are within us. All our desires, our anger, our ego, they come and take the form as a Kamsa and Charnu, like that. So God comes and punishes them. Ramardana, Mardana means punishes them. Kamsa Charnu Ramardana. Then Devaki Paramanandam. Devaki, the mother, she is very happy. Why? She is devoted. She is righteous. She is kind. So only we have to have those good qualities within us, and the blessings of God will come. So Devaki Paramanandam. Devaki was not at all satisfied when the Kamsa is to, when the Krishna is to take the milk. And Devaki is so much satisfied. Why? Because of the God, company of God, association of God is going on increasing, increasing and increasing. I want the company of God. I want that joy. So Devaki Paramanandam, Param, highest, Ananda, Paramanandam, Krishnam Bande Jagat Gurum. Now they are addressing the Krishna as the Jagat Guru. The Krishna as the Jagat Guru, Guru means one who is removing all the darkness. I have said it again and again in many times, but we should keep it in mind. The Jagat Guru, who is the Jagat? Each and everyone. If anyone reading the Gita, he cannot say this is meant only for the Hindus. That's why Jagat. Anyone can read this Gita. Why? It is not telling anything about the Hinduism. It is telling about the human. How a man can be happy, how a person can be happy and can make others happy. Only I am happy, that won't help. I have to make others happy also. So my behavior will also change. When I am talking with someone, when I am mixing with someone, working with someone, all my personality will develop in such a wonderful way that people will be so happy with me. That is the main idea. Now let us start the 6th chapter. From the first we will start, we will read up to the 10th. Atha Shodashadhyayah. The Shashtadhyaya, it's not Shodasha, sorry. Shashtadhyayah. I mean, just the jet lag is continuing, is so still jet lag is continuing. Atha Shashtadhyayah. Dhyana Yoga. Sri Bhagavanuvacha. Anasrita karma phalam. Karyam karma karoti yaha. sasannyasi cha yogi cha na niragni na chakriyaha yam sanyasamiti prahu yogam tam viddhi pandava na hasam nasta samkalpo yogi bhavati kaschana aruruksha munir yogam karma karanamochyate yugadudhasya tasvaiva shama karanamochyate yada hi nendriyartheshu na karma anusajyate sarva sankalpa sannyasi yoga rudhastadochyate uddharet atmanatmanam na atma abhasadayet atmaiva atmano bandhu atmaiva ripu atmana bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jita anatmanastu shatrutve vartitatmaiva shatruvat jitatmana prashantasya paramatma samahita shitashna sukhadukkeshu tatha man apamanayo jnana vijnana triptatma kutastho vichitendriya yukta ittuchyate yogi shama lushtashma kanchana sweet mitra udasina madhyastha desha bandhushu swadhushapi cha papeshu samabuddhi visheshvate yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi sthita ekaki yatachitatma nirashira parigraha aparigraha, that is nirashira parigraha. Now the God Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, he said, anasrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha, in the first sloka. And this is very, very important for the modern age. Nearly 3000 years before, Sri Krishna again and again in different way introducing karma. Without karma, one cannot make any progress. So that is the reason when afterwards different other philosophies came and they said that this whole world is full of misery, so you should not work, you should not do anything, you renounce it. But the person who is not ready to renounce, what he will do? In the mind, we know that this is not true, but physically, this is the whole thing. We have to understand these two things. Very, very special. We are telling that this world is full of misery. Yes, of course, it is there. But after our experience only. And secondly, it is temporary. That's why they say call it Maya. That is also true. But temporary doesn't mean only to today or for an hour or so. It is a long time it takes. So obviously people are confused. So here the explanations are necessary. Shankaracharya has given the wonderful explanation on that, but very clearly the God said, karma phalam, fruit of action, anasritam, not depending on the fruit of action. Anasrita karma phalam, karyam karma karoti yaha. One who is doing that karya, karma, that performing that action, so this is called yogi. Yogi means he is united. Not that he is not performing, he is working. But at the same time, he is not attached with that work. Now again, the tricky question. If I am not expecting the result, how can I perform action perfectly? When I am cooking, suppose I am cooking, I don't care about whether people will appreciate or not, whatever may be the result, and I am not at all attentive how many times I am mixing the salt. I cooked it. If you like, you eat or just throw it. It's up to you. Not like that. The performance must be completely attentively we should do. That should be the perfect one. But at the same time, I am not attached to that work. So this is the otherwise why the yoga? They call it yoga. How can they call it yoga? Because this is very difficult, very, very difficult. And karma yoga, Swami Vivekananda introduced the karma yoga as a right path. Shankaracharya was hesitant, we should say. When he mentioned about the karma, he mentioned about the yajnas. You know, in the Hindu society, there's a lot of yajnas they always perform, and in the Veda, all those things are there. Even in some of the families in India, they still now perform the Agnihotra Yajna. Every day they will be churning the fire and they will worship like that. Different type of yajnas are there. All attention is going over there. But why I am doing, that they do not know, that they don't care also. They think just doing that will be sufficient. Mimamsa, that is a philosophy, they say if you perform that action, that is sufficient. If you perform the action exactly it has been instructed in the scripture, that is sufficient. But afterwards the Vedanta say, no, you have to understand why you are doing it. Otherwise you won't be able to do it perfectly. So that is the difference. Mimamsa and the Vedanta. Vedanta say you must understand. So the stress has been given on the knowledge, why I am doing it. Now I saw one young man, he is studying the medicine, but not very serious. Why you are studying this? Father told I am studying. Father told? Now when you will become doctor, so many people will depend on your knowledge. Are you not serious about it? There are so many doctors, well, they will come to me. So he is going to be a doctor without any seriousness, and constantly he is sitting like this, and whole body language that proved that he is not at all serious. we're studying the medicine, and that will be very, very serious. So that is the reason when I am performing the work, 100% attentive. One of our Swamiji, he was that time young, afterwards he became very famous, Swami Lokeshwaranandaji. So he went to Belur Math, and in those days in Belur Math, you know that not many devotees or the volunteers, paid workers, unthinkable. So the Swamiji, the General Secretary Maharaj, he was sending out the letters. The moment he saw this Swami, if you can help me, it will be good. Then he sat. What to do? You have to only paste, in those days, usually they used to do, you have to paste these tickets, postal tickets on the envelope. It's okay. So maybe 100. So he just tore the ticket and pasted here and there on the, he pasted it. But just anywhere on the envelope. But then afterwards the Swami called and he said, "Now please help me to remove that. I will do it again." Because on the right hand corner of the envelope one should paste and all these things. Because when you are doing this small thing, nothing, even if you are sending that in the post, it will go. But the person who will receive it, he won't like it. That is the thing. So when you are presenting anything, when you are doing anything, you should do in such a way, it must be perfect. Even the cleaning. When you are cleaning, the sweeping the things, then afterwards, after sweeping, all those things I throw somewhere, who is going to take care of that? You clean something, some place, and then you are making the one other things dirty, who is going to wash that? So you have to complete. So this is anasrita karma phalam. I am not attached to the karma phala, but at the same time, I am performing karyam karmo karoti ya sasanyasi. So sometimes people talk about the sannyasa. What is that sannyasa? Sannyasa doesn't mean I am giving up and I don't do anything. I just go around over and here. Whenever I am hungry, I go and knock the door, give me food. So not that sannyasi. Sasannyasi and yogi, cha yogi. Not niragni na chakriyaha. Now Agni, that he is mentioning over here, because that was in vogue. The people, they were so much attached to that particular Agni, the fire, and they are constantly, one devotee, the modern, but at the same time having some idea, the Swamiji inside our temple, the lamp should burn. It should not stop. And the lamp is burning over there. Because 24 hours their system is the lamp is there. I need not to light this candle all the time. No, in our Shastra it says, that is changed, a modern Shastra. So why the lamp? So now the tradition, in the name of tradition, we always think that we should do. Why the lamp? Constantly burning over there is a symbol of knowledge. The knowledge should constantly be there, alert. So that is called the lamp. The knowledge, I am the human being. I cannot do and I should not do all these bad things, which will bring the bad names to my family, to my parents, to my society, and the suffering not only to me, to other people also. That is the human being. Manhus. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna again and again use that word. Hunsha. Hunsha means consciousness. About what? That you are a human being. You cannot behave like this. Anasrita karma phalam karyam karma karotiya sasannyasi. He who performs his bounden duty without leaning to the fruit of action, he is a renouncer. What he is renouncing? The main thing. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in his the language, the Bengali language, he said, Mach pan tag noi. If you renounce a piece of fish or a little betel leaf. No, that is not the tyaga. Tyaga is your ahamkara, I. Along with the I, attached with all the fruit of action, karma phala, sasannyasi. So it is very, very difficult to become a sannyasi. And not only that, cha yogi, cha means and, yogi is also, how can you do that? Constantly attached with God. You can never do anything without getting something. Always you will have something, then only you can give up something. Otherwise, it is impossible. The mind always wants something, then only it can give something. So I give up the ego, but I get the God. The constant remembrance of God, the joy of God, the satisfaction in the name of God. Otherwise, how can you give up? It is impossible. You can never do it. Now, some of the monks who are there, apparently, if you see, look at them, oh, they are like this. But Ma Sharadamani Devi said, but they have renounced the earth and home. That's a great thing. That means they must have got something, otherwise they won't be able to do that. So one thing you get, then other thing you leave. So that is, he is a yogi. Yogi means in attachment with the God. Niragni, he is not caring about the fire. He is not going for that karma phala. Akriya, cha akriya. He is performing. At the same time, he is not. Please repeat again. Yam sanyasamiti prahu. Yogam tam viddhi pandava. Nahasam nasta sankalpa. Yogi bhavati kaschana. If you repeat at different times, then only the tune and the pronunciation will be registered. It will be easy afterwards. So simply talking about the Bhagavad Gita, giving a discourse on Bhagavad Gita is different. But this is a class. So you must learn. When you go back, you know that I can read. So yam sanyasamiti prahu. I remember the one gentleman who was there in Andaman. Recently I visited Andaman. I was remembering him again and again. And he used to, in the morning, he will take a Bhagavad Gita in hand and he will go here and there. I observed, then I have told, his name was Adhir Datta. Adhir Babu, you are not reading the Bhagavad Gita, you are only roaming with it. When do you read? He said, Swamiji, I can't read. The Sanskrit, I don't know Sanskrit. And there is no one in Andaman to teach me. But I love Bhagavad Gita. I respect it a lot. And being a Hindu, I think that I should read the Gita. So I am at least holding the Gita, expecting someday somebody will teach me. So see the love for the... So then I told, let us sit then, from then and there, we started studying Bhagavad Gita. And he was so satisfied. He was very senior, but he used to touch the feet and said, no, now you are my guru, because you are teaching the Bhagavad Gita. The respect for the Bhagavad Gita. And here it says, na hasam nasta sankalpa yogi bhavati kaschana. This is a very important. That means one who has not forsaken, who has not given up sankalpa. Hasam nasta sankalpa yogi bhavati kaschana. As a common Christian, the problem, those who try to meditate, I can't concentrate. Whenever I am sitting for meditation, anyone who is trying, this is a common thing, my mind goes somewhere, all these places. Why? Because there are sankalpas are there. Ichcha, desire, planning. I have to do this, I must do that, and so many plannings are there. So obviously, those things are coming in the mind. How the mind will get the concentration? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, one day, he was eating with 4-5 different dishes. One of his disciple came, he saw and, oh, why should he behave like that? He is a sannyasi. Idea of sannyasi, only little rice, maybe little dal and all that, that's sufficient. Why is eating so many items? He was thinking. Immediately, Sri Ramakrishna, he never said that, expressed that, just thinking. Sri Ramakrishna immediately said, see, my mind goes all the time to the God. I cannot make it down. So I am taking this food, having some desire, sankalpa. I should eat this, I should have that. That type of sankalpa, desire, so that my mind comes down. Otherwise, I can't keep my mind in this level, physical level. Can you imagine? When we try to meditate in the morning and the evening and whenever we are sitting, it's so difficult even for a second to meditate. It's impossible. But we work. We love to work. We do so many things. But ask them to meditate. Because we have the desire. Hasham nasta sankalpa. That is why Bhagavad Gita is a book of psychology. Unless and until you can concentrate your mind, it's difficult to be successful. This is one thing. Second, you won't get peace. You will never get peace. One work is done, one program is over, again the second will come. It goes on. That's why they're like the waves of the ocean. So here it says, Yam sanyasamiti prahu yogam tam viddhi pandava. Pandava, oh, again the Arjuna, which is sannyasam, renunciation, it is, at the same time yoga, devotion to action. Viddhi, viddhi means know, hasamnasta sankalpo, one who has not given up the desire, sankalpa, yogi bhavati kaschana, can ever become a yogi. One can never be successful in meditation unless and until he is giving up the desire. And that is the reason I wonder when the people say, I am in now 4th grade in my meditation course, can you teach me anything else? I told, I don't know, the beginning now. So you have already reached up to the 4th. I don't know 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, how you are going. So this way, there's simply some courses they have made and they are thinking, what meditation do they think? Is it so easy? Uprooting the desire, and for that is a lifelong, not only one life, maybe life after life. You have to go on practicing and practicing, then only it is possible. Otherwise not, it is impossible. So that they say, Yam sanyasamiti prahu yogam tam viddhi pandava. If you can renounce the desire, that will be the yoga, that will be the union with the God. But at the same time he said, if one cannot give up the desires, sankalpa, here it means sankalpa. The mind reacts, but very, very in the deep below, the process goes on. And in that process, slowly the thought comes. If we can stop the process itself, before the thought comes, it takes the form of a thought, then it becomes a desire, then the action comes. But if we can uproot it, stop it in the beginning itself, that is the ultimate of meditation. Next, third, let us repeat. Aruruksha muneri yogam karma karanamuchyate yogarudhasya tasvaiva Shama Karanamuchyate. For the man of meditation, wishing to attain purification of heart, leading to concentration, work is said to be the way. See how, I don't know how it is so clear, even the simple meaning without any explanation by anyone. It says that if you have to reach over there, you have to perform, you have to work. And for hundreds and hundreds of years in the Indian society, it was there the sannyasins should not work. Those who want to realize God should not work. Most of you, because in the Indian, you know that whenever there is some program goes on, like the Kumbh Mela or something like that, hundreds and hundreds, thousands, sannyasins are coming, Gerua-clad people. They are free. But what do they do? Do they do something for the society? Millions are suffering. If you go to the society nowadays, you see how the morality has come down. The people are behaving just, I should not say animals. Animals never do like that. How they are behaving. Why? Because they don't have conception of morality at all. They don't have any conception of humanity at all. Can't we, the monks, go and say like that? And we have to pressurize on the government, the organizers, that in the school, from the very first level, morality is the first course that should be given. And how the morality will come? Through stories, real life stories. How the great souls they lived. Now all those courses have been removed. Only the science, only mathematics, that is, they are becoming just like machines. The robots, they are very good in many other different things. But the moment they come out of the work, they are on the street, they are inhuman. Why happening like this? Because the human being is main the mind. If the mind is not perfectly trained, then that same human being become Ashura. Sura and Ashura, this is the only difference. The body are the same. All other features are the same. Difference in thinking. The thoughts. That's why it says, Aruruksha moner yogam karma karana muchyate. If you want to climb, where? On the yoga. If you are Muni, Muni means Mananshila, if you are going on concentrating, thinking, and you want to climb on the yoga, the first thing is this, the purification of heart through work. Swami Vivekananda also again and again introduced this. Why? Suppose you are working. When you are working, different type of reaction comes. If you are not working, nothing happens. Now here, a group of people, they are hiring this particular hall from this authority, library. They are paying for that. Then some other people are coming, they are sitting, and for that they are going on sending out the flyers, collecting the addresses, email addresses, and then going on doing like that. Now somebody comes and says, oh, you must be having some interest in it, and criticizes something in that way. It hearts broke. Oh, we are not doing like that. Why should people tell like that? Today I had a long conversation with a young man who was telling that I helped my sister so much, I helped my father so much, but they are the people constantly rebuking and criticizing me. What should I do? Constantly misbehaving with me. When I am doing so much, can't they at least recognize? That recognition word he didn't use. After he stopped, then I told, see, the samambonam, the gist of your talk is this, you are not getting recognition, right? And he said, yes. And so that is the reason you have to give up the fruit of action. And that is the reason Bhagavad Gita again and again in different chapter, in different way, is teaching, give up the fruit of action. I as a son has served my father as best as I can. Now if the father is not satisfied in that, I cannot help. By one is prompting the father, as because father is in far away place and I am so naturally misunderstanding. If they are criticizing, understanding this way, because they are not understanding me, my condition, this is an ignorance, ajnana, so they are criticizing me. But whatever best is possible for me, I have done. I am satisfied. So I told him, are you satisfied? Yes. Then what? Why you are crying now? Unnecessarily. So this is the karma. If you don't do karma, suppose that another son of the same father, he never cared for the father. He never give any contact. The father won't say anything. Oh, to dekhe na, he is not looking after me that much. But the one who is working, he is always either criticized or praised or different type of action, reaction goes. And here is the challenge. If you can understand this, and this is the philosophy, this is the way the Bhagavad Gita helps us in our everyday life. In the family life, there are so many things happen. One lady came, he was telling, Swamiji, you people are very happy because you don't have all those cross currents. We are having so. I said, no, we also have the cross currents, but in a different way. But the same thing always happens. You can never ever think in this way. Even the mendicants, those who are not having anything, just all alone they are roaming, they will also have this type of thing. It is obvious. As long as you are in the body, you are conscious, you are living, this type of things will go on happening. There's a beautiful story. One monk, he was lying down by the side of a road, he was tired. He just lied, and then he took a brick that was there only. He took that brick, kept his head on that, using the brick as a pillow. Brick, that he is using as a pillow, that much. Then the ladies of this village, they were going into the pond, they looked at that, then one lady commented, look at this man, he has become a monk and still the fancy has not gone, he needs a pillow to lie. And the person said, that's true, why should I keep the pillow? Because the people are criticizing. So he threw away the pillow, that brick. Again at the time of coming back, they noticed it and said, look at this, he has so much of ego. I just commented and that immediately reacted and he threw that. So if you do this, you are also getting the criticism. So that is obvious in the life. If you lose your temperament in that, you can never become the yogi. It is not so easy to become a yogi. So I have learned the fourth standard of the meditation, and then you are angry, fighting with others, criticizing others. What type of meditation? So this is the main thing. Gita, when you are studying, we should think that how the teaching can be applied in our life. I have done my duty and there it ends. And I have done my duty to the best of my ability and there it ends. I have tried to help the sister, father, all others. It goes on like that. Aruruksha munere yogam karma karana uchyate. Without the karma, you can never have that. Yoga arurhasta tasvaiva shama karana uchyate. For him, when he has attained such concentration, inaction is said to be the way. Shama. Inaction. At that time, there is no action at all. Whatever he thinks, whatever he says, whatever he does, no result. Inaction means is this. Now, whatever we think, that also producing some result. Whatever we do, producing the result, karma phala, the result of the action, and that is either adding or subtracting, like that going on. It's a very, very subtle calculation is going on. So this way, but when you go beyond that, whatever you do, no result will come. Not that I am not doing something, I am doing, but no result. Again, through different stories, it is so easy to explain, to understand. The Vyasa Deva, the great Vyasa, he was sitting by the side of the river Yamuna, on the bank of the Yamuna. Then the few ladies, gopis, they wanted to cross, they came and they saw the ferry boat was not there. So they requested, they went to the great yogi and said, you are a yogi, you have lot of supernatural power, why don't you ask the Yamuna to part and give way so that we can cross, or you must have to go, because we are housewives, we have to. Please do something. Then this man told, what in exchange you are going to give me? If you can feed me whatever you are having, then only. The gopis, they were having some kheera and all this, so they gave him. He ate each and everything. Then, going near the river, addressing the river, Vyasadeva, the great yogi, he said, O Yamune, if I had not eaten anything, now please give a way for these ladies to cross. And the river water parted. They went through that way. And they were wondering, he has taken so much of food and telling that I have not taken. How much? But anyway, I think they crossed the river that way. How it is possible? I am doing, but in reality, I am not doing. In the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, those who have read that, you know that sometimes some people are coming, particularly Narendranath, when he came over there, Sri Ramakrishna announced that you are going to be so and so. Then the Narendranath himself protested. Why? I know that you love me, but it doesn't mean that you have to exaggerate things in this way. I am ashamed. What people will think of me? I am only a young man, and you are comparing me with a person like Keshav Chandra Sen. What's the answer? Sri Ramakrishna said, I didn't say anything. Mother said. A famous person came to the Dakshinesha. All other people went to meet him. Michael Madhusudan Datta, those who know him, is a great personality in those days. He came to visit Dakshinesha. All others, they told Sri Ramakrishna, is such a great man has come and he wants to meet you. Won't you come there? Then ultimately he went and sat. Sri Ramakrishna, who was fond of talking, but he never uttered a single word. Michael Madhusudan Datta could not have any conversation with him, and he left. Then his Shevak, who was very close to him, he said, why? At least you could say hello to him. He didn't say anything. Sri Ramakrishna told, I wanted to talk, but the mother didn't allow me to talk. Why? Because this man, only for his name, his fame, he has given up his own religion. So mother told, don't talk with him. Can you imagine? So if a person goes so low only for the name and fame and little money and recognition in the society, he can give away his own religion and his own culture. So the tradition, the mother, the consciousness, the supreme is not allowing Sri Ramakrishna. So not that I am not performing, not that I am not working, I am. But at the same time, I am not attached. Sri Ramakrishna is working constantly. And Swami Vivekananda is explaining in that way. He was working so much, going to different houses, even some of the houses who insulted him. Even then he went and told, see, in the daytime, in the morning time and in the evening time, take the name of God, that will help. The God himself is going and knocking the door and requesting the people to take the name of God, that's all. So here it says, now, I don't know whether we'll be able to finish. Yada hi nendriyartheshu na karma anushajyate sarva sankalpa sannyasi yoga rudhastadochyate. When there is no attachment either to sense objects or to action, having renounced the sankalpa, then is one said to have attained concentration. Sarva sankalpa sannyasi. Here the sannyasa means tyaga. Samyak nyasa. Nyasa means tyaga. The Sanskrit word nyasa means tyaga. The sarva, everything nyasa, sannyasa. So that's why sarva nyasa, sannyasa, when, and this is not the sannyasi of a noun, it's the action only, the verb. And here it says, sarva sankalpa sannyasi. He has given up all the action. How? By giving up the sankalpa. I don't have any sankalpa. Here in America, Swamiji used to say, I want to have this organization. Swamiji understood. If we don't have the organization, then all these ideologies, the beautiful philosophy, they'll all be lost. And the organization means properly trained people. So he was thinking in that way. So now the very strong thought is going on in my mind to organize something where people can come and can see that all the 8 or 10 that religions, how they came, etc., etc. So this is sankalpa. This is a desire, not for the benefit of myself, but for the society, for the humanity. And recently, I was listening to the news from the Delhi. They are trying now to develop one organization where the Monday the Hindus will go, then the Friday the Muslim will go, Sunday the Christian will go, like the whole thing. Some way like that, the building will be there, organization, every day, the whole 7 days, different type of people will go and pray in the same place, just to bring the unity in that way. That is a simple idea. My idea, almost the same, to bring the people, but with knowledge. These are the separate action. Friday the Muslims are coming, using this room and then performing their rituals and going back. Sunday the Christians are coming, performing, but how the unity will come? Not that's the same place they are coming. The place may be the same, but they are not coming together. They are not knowing each other. How they will understand? So that is the difference. So this is sankalpa. When Vivekananda came, he was thinking to develop one organization. Then the Americans told, let us sit and have the action plan. The Swamiji told, I never plan. Whatever the mother says, I do. That is called sarva sankalpa sannyasi. And this is very high order. This is almost impossible for us, but we have to try slowly. Then one can say that he has attained up to that. Now, there is a wonderful sloka. It says, Urdharet atmanatmanam na atma abasadait atmaiva atmano bandhu Atmaiva ripu atmanaha. Look at it. As I was telling, that is the book of psychology. We suffer. Why? Because my mind is suffering. And we don't suffer. Why? My mind is not suffering. So it depends on what? The suffering, the misery and joy, the enjoyment, all depends on my mind. And how I suffer? Because I always suggest to my mind, I want to suffer. So it goes on suffering. That man is looking at me, so I suffer. That person is not talking with me, so I suffer. He has commented in this way, so I suffer. There's so many things. I simply think, but if you say, no, I am not going to suffer, let him say whatever he says. I know that I am free from that. And that is called yogi. That is called the concentration. You are the master of your own mind, and this world cannot touch you. This is the beauty. You need not to go and take the help of others. You can help yourself. Urdharet atmana atmanam. Atmana, here the atma means the mind. Usually the atma, the translation of the atma is soul. Here the atma means the mind. Urdharet, help your mind to arise. How? With the help of your mind. Urdharet atmana atmanam na atma abhusadayet. If you break down, then no one can help you. The doctors and others cannot help you anyway. If you think, no, I am not going to suffer, I am going to suffer, nobody can help me, you will suffer. So you have to help yourself. The others, the teachers, the doctors, or these and that, all external help, medicine, all external, but internal strength. Nothing is going to happen to me. That is the internal. So that's why sometimes Sri Ramakrishna said, if you utter Durga, Durga, Durga 3 times before moving out, the Shiva will protect you. Your mind is becoming completely free from the anxiety. I have taken the name of Durga, so nothing is going to happen to me. You are free. And if you go on constantly thinking what will happen to me, they will come and they will break my car and this will happen, that will happen, constantly you are suffering. That what will happen, 911 somehow you call and then lie down. So what is there? So in this country this is a very good thing, the 911. Now here, if you are totally completely free, because from the mind you know 911 is God, and I have given already the call to God, I am going out, please protect me. And how? Durga, 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 the most powerful. So the Shiva will come and protect me. You are thinking and you are helping yourself. So urdharet atmana atmanam na atma abhusadayet. Then it says, atmaiva hi atmano bandhu. Your mind is your own friend. Atmaiva ripu atmanaha. And your mind is your enemy. I can remember long back, so when we are growing up, that teenage is a very difficult time. They don't like to listen to the parents, and they go out and their things goes on in that way. My mother told me, I cannot go on polishing on you constantly, where you are going, what you are doing, with whom you are talking, what you are eating. I don't care. Only thing, as my son, I want that you should not do anything knowing which my head will hang in shame. Please don't do that. That much. That is my demand from my son. That's all. All through my life, that words of my mother always rang in my ear. My friends, they offered the cigarette. Hey, this is a wonderful thing, you smoke. I don't know. If mother comes to know, how she will feel? No, I won't do. Let us go to these, let us do that. I cannot. Why? My mother. She is not there, but constantly, urdhared atmana atmanam. I used to suggest to my mind, I cannot let my mother down to anyone. At least this much I should do for her. All through the life. Only one word that helped. And I will conclude by telling you another great incident that happened to Swami Ranganathananda ji. The first day in his school, in those days people used to go in the school after 6 years. So after 6 or 7 years he went to the school, a village school in Kerala, and with some good things, some bad things also he learned. Some bad words. Not knowing the meaning of it, he was excited because he should say to his mother that I have learned these things in the school. He came and told a bad word before his mother. Mother understood that he is not understanding the meaning of the word that he is telling. She said, my son, this is a very bad word. If you utter this type of word, then the tongue, which is the seat of the goddess of learning, Saraswati, their mother Saraswati will never come. If you are using this type of bad words, the Saraswati will never bless you. If you want to be getting the blessings of Mother Saraswati, don't do that. He said, I learned that at the age of 6. Now I am 60. When he was telling that, I am 60. Not a single day any bad word slipped from my lip. That is the power. Urdhared atmana atmanam. So once you suggest to your mind, I am not going to do anything bad, I am not going to do anything wrong, you are the master of your own mind. You need not to sit in closing your eyes and blowing the nose. That is not the meditation. Meditation is this. Thank you, friends. And again, in the next class, next month, we will start from the 6th. We will explain and then we will chant another 10 slokas. Let us conclude with this. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Dibbhai Stavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam na vidu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om